Hey there, how are you? Welcome back to Local Legends, where this week we're getting medieval. Today's local legend is taking us far back into the past. You think 80 years is a long time ago? Try 800. Now, it's a bit further down on this path behind me, so let's go find it. Behind me, you'll see the ruins of Hadleigh Castle, which started to be built around the 13th century. In its time, kings, queens, dukes and earls all lived here. Even a few of Henry VIII's wives once owned it, and they were the ones who weren't beheaded, so this place must have some good luck with him. But what was it built for, and why?
Hadleigh Castle was a stone fortification built on a plateau which overlooks the Thames Estuary. Unsurprisingly, it's located not too far from the towns of Hadleigh and Leigh-on-Sea. It's most likely that spades were dug in the site sometime after 1215, during the reign of Henry III, by a man called Hubert de Berg. It's Berg. The castle had to have been built between 1215 and 1230, as historical records show a licence to crenulate was given to de Berg by the crown, which basically means he could fortify his property as he saw fit.
Now, an important geographical note which plays into the story of Hadleigh Castle is the ground beneath my feet. The ground in this area is made out of a substance called London clay, and while it may have a stellar fossil content, its stability leaves something to be desired. All you need to know for now is de Berg's original castle sucked, and only a small amount of the original foundations remain to this day.
It only took about 20 years after the castle was originally built for de Berg to fall out of favour with the king and be subsequently imprisoned. After this, the castle fell into the hands of the royals, who proceeded to let the site fall apart for nearly 100 years.
Because of this, the ground. Subsidence, they call it. It's when Earth moves in a downwards trajectory, and it's one of the reasons why so little of the castle remains to be seen today. It didn't stop a full rebuild of the castle taking place. In fact, it seemed like a bit of a passion project for the trio of Edwards who reigned during this period.
Now, the remains of the castle, which can be seen today, can tell us some concrete facts about what Hadleigh Castle once looked like after this rebuild.
Starting with the most impressive reminder of the castle's true scale, the tower you see behind me, 3 stories high, complete with arrow slits, is still here, still looking over the estuary after all of these years. But that's not all that's left. Behind me, you'll see the centrepiece of the castle, what was named the High Tower, and the barbican, or entrance, right next door.
This once grand tower must have made a foreboding impression to anyone riding towards the gates.
Even if there's not much left of this once high tower, it's still mind-boggling to walk around in a medieval castle where monarchs once lived.
The castle was passed around royalty for the next few hundred years, seeing use by dukes, earls, and everything in between. As I mentioned earlier, a few of Henry VIII's wives owned the castle, although it's doubtful if they ever set foot in the walls. And this is probably the point where the castle's fate was sealed. After Catherine Parr's death, the castle was sold to Lord Richard Rich. Wait, seriously? He was called Richard Rich?
Yes, in an ironic twist, a man literally called Rich dismantled large parts of the inner castle to be sold off. It's a shame, really. However, even today, walking through what's left, you can still feel the spectre of this castle's once formidable size.
Although, you could say this castle was doomed from the beginning, due to its shaky foundations. Over the last 100 years or so, the land has slipped so considerably that most of the south side of the castle is no more, reduced to rolling rubble down the side of the hill.
In a way, visiting Hadleigh Castle leaves a much more visceral impact than visiting many other castles around the world. While they may have undertaken significant repairs and restorations throughout the years, what you see behind me is as real as it was 800 years ago. So that's the history of Hadleigh Castle. There's so much history on this site, don't you think? If you like this video and you'd like to see more, please let me know by subscribing and giving this video a like. I'd love to hear what you think. Now, I've got a hankering to play Sid Meier's Civilization for some reason, so I'm just going to go home. Ta-ra!